traded for what? Because of some salary cap issues? See, this is the type of ownership, and like this hurts the game. If you're not going to spend the money to put the best product out there for your fan base, then you shouldn't be in the sport. How is Jaylen Brown moved?
Jaylen Brown, I had two NBA sources tonight, two people in the league. One an executive, one a scout.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Say that Jaylen Brown it's a disease. He suddenly thinks he's the smartest guy in every room he's in. I've worked with people in the media. It's really, you get into a really bad space. You make a lot of money. Suddenly you're absolutely sure. You don't want to listen to your bosses. You don't want to listen to consultants. You don't want to listen to teammates.
Shut up! Before I bust a cap up in your ass.
I knew you was lying. I knew you was lying, man.
So, as you guys know, I'm a diehard Boston Celtics fan, born and raised in the area. And this Jaylen Brown trade genuinely broke my heart. He's my favorite player on this roster, and he didn't deserve to go out the way he did. More than that, we deserve better as Celtics fans. And honestly, so does the organization when it comes to what we got back for a Finals MVP. One thing Austin Rivers touched on that really stuck with me is how both ownership and the media share the blame here. Yet somehow Jaylen Brown keeps ending up as a scapegoat. That's a pattern we keep seeing play out. Guys like Colin Cowherd, I'll just call him Colin Cowherd, are pushing narratives built on nothing but so-called anonymous sources. And let's be real, anyone can claim they have an anonymous source. I could say I've got one right now and slap it on a video. That doesn't make it credible. An anonymous source means basically nothing on its own. Austin Rivers called that out directly, along with the Celtics ownership situation, and I want to dig deeper into that ownership angle in a bit. Big shout out to Low Lights, I believe that's his channel name, who actually covered this a few days ago. I caught his breakdown and wanted to expand on it with some additional context I've picked up from other sources since then. So after this clip, we're going to break down the Celtics ownership situation and get into the rest of today's video. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it.
Video quick, man, just because I've seen so much negativity come Jaylen Brown's way, and I'm not saying he's the most politically correct. I'm not saying his intelligence is easy to manage on a day-to-day basis, but he's done nothing wrong. And the fact is, my man just works hard. So yeah, he has a stream and he does all this other stuff, and he is very outspoken, and that can ruffle feathers or scare teams from what I'm hearing for whatever reason. But the only thing that really matters is, does the guy show up and play? Because y'all got a bunch of twerps in the NBA that I watch that do everything right. They don't talk, they're quiet, they're easy to manage, but they can't ball for anything. I'll take the guy who shows up and hoops. You could speak all you want on all your streams and say all you want. If you're going to show up and play and work like Jaylen Brown does, I'll take it. The guy busts his ass off. He's one of the first to in the practice facility, one of the last to leave. He's always in shape. He's always playing. He tries to play through injury. Plays the majority of the seasons. We're talking about an Eastern Conference Finals MVP, an NBA Finals MVP, an NBA champion, a perennial All-Star. This guy's a top 5, top 10 player in the NBA. And he was just traded for what? Because of some salary cap issues? See, this is the type of ownership, and like this hurts the game. If you're not going to spend the money to put the best product out there for your fan base, then you shouldn't be in the sport. How is Jaylen Brown moved? And then now we got a smear campaign by a bunch of anonymous sources. Nobody puts their name out, of course. It's a bunch of twerps. The NBA's filled with them. A lot of people who have no background in basketball, never really put any weight or any work or sweat in the game. They're just people who have gotten a part of an organization and have just lasted. I can't tell you how shocked I am when I go from team to team to team. I call these games and I'll see people high up, whether it's in coaching, front office, and I'll be like, how the hell did he get there? I remember he used to just be a ball boy. And then the response is, well, Eric Spoelstra's not. I love how people always try to use the anomaly as the reason. You ain't Eric Spoelstra. We have too many people in positions of power that are making decisions that just don't know what they're talking about or don't know what they're doing. And these are the same people that are giving these anonymous tips, sound bites, just disrespecting hardworking players like Jaylen Brown. One of the elite of the elite. The Magic gave up more to get Desmond Bane than what the Celtics just gave up Jaylen Brown for. And what I'm hearing is, oh, well, his stock dropped. People are scared of Jaylen. For what? He does the hard stuff. He hoops. He does the most important thing. He hoops. He competes. He actually plays on both sides of the floor. Are you kidding me? After the year my man just had? I'm sick of the smear campaigns. I'm so sick of the anonymous sources. If you're going to talk crazy, especially about our elite, put a name on it. My God, I'm so tired of this.
And honestly, he's completely right about this. This whole private equity ownership structure is ridiculous. What it's doing is turning the NBA into a purely bottom-line business. And yes, the league has always been a business, but it's shortchanging the fans. People pour serious money into the sport. Season ticket holders, fans juggling 5 or 6 different streaming subscriptions just to keep up with games. That's the reality now. Here's the situation. The new Celtics owner isn't the majority stakeholder. He doesn't have the capital to back it alone, so a private equity group essentially fronted most of the money to acquire the team. And the way these deals are typically structured, if the franchise's valuation drops, the equity firm still walks away with their full investment protected. They don't lose a dime. If the team's value climbs instead, they profit. Either way, their focus isn't on winning, it's on protecting their investment and watching the valuation grow so that whenever they eventually sell, they cash out. That's the fundamental difference between ownership built to win and ownership built to make money. This is part of why Jaylen Brown is gone in the first place. He was eligible for an extension, and reportedly, the team didn't want to commit to it because it would have pushed them into the second tax apron. Don't hold me to the exact details there, but the point stands. Ownership doesn't have the financial flexibility. If money weren't the issue, there's a real chance Brown is still on this roster. But instead of addressing any of that, what's the media narrative? That Jaylen Brown thinks he's the smartest guy in every room and it rubs people the wrong way. Maybe he's not trying to be the smartest person there. Maybe he's just genuinely confident in what he knows. This is a sharp, educated guy. You can't sit across from him and talk down to him like he doesn't understand the situation. When you're dealing with someone who lacks the same background or experience, it's easier to control the conversation. But Brown came out of a program like Cal, turned down a NASA internship. He's clearly operating on a different intellectual level, and maybe that doesn't sit well with some people. Maybe when a billionaire owner or a front office executive tries to have a conversation with him and he pushes back with, "I hear you, but here's how it actually is," that comes across as some kind of defiance instead of just honesty. That's the real issue here. Not Brown's personality, but the media's willingness to paint him as the problem. Meanwhile, the actual issue is an ownership group without the financial commitment to compete, and instead of owning that, they scapegoat the finals MVP, the guy who just delivered his best season and led this team all year. We all know where the real problem sits. If you're not willing to invest in winning, you shouldn't own the franchise, and at the very least, be upfront about it publicly. Brad Stevens was actually scheduled for a press conference today, and I haven't caught it yet. I'm recording this at 5:14, so if it's already out, I'll cover it in a follow-up video. If not, I'll be watching closely once it drops. That's really all I've got for today. Shout out to Austin Rivers. His father coached the 2008 San Diego Chargers championship team, which was a huge moment for me as a fan. And yeah, Kobe eventually got his redemption in 2010, and as a Kobe fan too, that's always a bit of a mixed bag. But honestly, in 2008, I wanted the Celtics to win, and in 2010, I wanted Kobe to win. And that's exactly how it played out. Love for the Celtics, love for Kobe. Both can be true. Thanks to everyone watching and subscribing. If you want to support the channel further, membership is $6.99 a month. You'll find the join button right near the subscribe button on my page. That's it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this whole Jaylen Brown situation in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.